Okay. First piece I'm going to read, and I wanted to remember a quote by Fannie Lou Hamer. And, ooh, that woman went through some things. But she said, memory is an insurance policy against loss. Memory, an insurance policy against loss. So I'm going to read from the book Life, Light, Remembered. And this was during the time of the Black Panthers. We were soldiers on the battlefield with light in our eyes, said Sister Sonia. 1994, 23 years after volunteering at the George Jackson Free Health Clinic, the Tribune calls, asks, how many guns did you have at the Black Panther Clinic? How many guns? Not how many services were provided, not how many programs were implemented, not how many doctors or healthcare workers volunteered, not even why we care to put into practice such a program with so many hospitals in our community. No, didn't ask any of that. Wanted to know how many guns we had. Not what illnesses or diseases most affected our communities, or how often we screened for diabetes, sickle cell, or checked for high blood pressure, if at all, or what may have been my specialty at the time. I would have told them it was about certain grains to regain genetic memory. But they wanted to know how many guns we had. Not who ran the clinic or what days or hours of the week the clinic was open, or who was our hero or shero to set about such a task as our health needs today. Excuse me, I always get a little upset about this. To set about such a task that sustains our health needs today. No, the reporter didn't ask any of that. They wanted to know how many guns we had. Black men and women, late teens to 20-somethings, volunteered to become doctors, nurses, pharmacists, therapists, completed homework between seeing patients. Black volunteer physicians, Dr. Talbot Small, Eddie Newsom, developed methadone programs to destroy heroin addictions, purposely placed in our neighborhoods to weaken the Black power base. We took vital signs, provided prenatal care, kept patient records, organized chart rooms, med room, pharmacy, gave better care than Kaiser dared. Held light in our eyes. Books are bullets, educationally armed our right to fight through walls that imprisoned us as violent, drug-infested, gun-carrying, sex-crazed jigaboos. Kwame Ture warned us, education in this country makes you stupid, but what is worse, it makes you arrogant in your stupidity. The revolution is coming whether you want it or not. It is coming whether you want it or not. You must be politically prepared for what is coming. The revolution will not be televised, not be televised, not be televised. The revolution will be live. How many guns did we have? We were soldiers on the battlefield with light in our eyes. We are soldiers on the battlefield with light in our eyes. Patrice. This next piece is, I think of James Baldwin and his quote. Was given in a letter to teachers. First page, bottom paragraph, held the line, any Negro who undergoes the education system in this country runs the risk of becoming schizophrenic. So I wrote this poem, and it's in the voice of Nene's Jima, or Grandma. The Christmas tree. Nene's Jima be tripping. She be tripping. She be like, I told you not to bring a Christmas tree in this house. I might be tripping, but I have my reasons. You bring a tree in this house cut off from homeland that provided oxygen to a much needed atmosphere. You bring a tree in this house packed and strapped to a vehicle with other trees cut from their roots, soil, grounding. Are you listening? Do you hear me? You bring a tree in this house, auctioned, bought, sold, taken to a stranger's home, off base, insecure, flat, linear, cross, nailed to its stump, stolen, past. Damn. You bring a tree in this house, hang electric all lights on withering limbs, place gold tinfoil angel star atop what might have been new growth. Have mercy. You bring a tree in this house, foundation decapitated, capitalized, you gift with presence, colorfully wrapped in presence of its family's annihilation. Toast the Yuletide with pine needle fragrance evaporating, tree drying, shrivels, sparks potential fire hazard. You will throw away days after the New Year's celebration of the Gregorian two-faced gatekeeper, Janus of January. Sound familiar? How many ways must this variable within a constant play? Let's say you're that tree, family, lineage, culture, cut off from your roots, homeland, language, existence, tied to a vehicle with other trees, auctioned, bought, sold, transported to a foster home, cross-nailed to stumps, stolen past, senses are sacrificed, new world order suffice, you stand off balance. Your ancestral gifts dissed and dismissed. You no longer worship the S-U-N life birthing Earth's seed, food, security. You're born broken, worshiping an idol son's destiny, dressed in symbols of adoration, complacency, ornamented in suit tie, bone straight, flat line, deep frizzer, blonde wig, wearing blue-eyed contacts, staring lip joke, nose job embedded in bleached skin, wearing a Santa's hat. Your senses crack. AMA drugs smothers symptoms of high blood pressure, diabetes, migraines, heart attack. You feel lack, slack, lit up every night, posing for strangers, working, sweating, grinning, shuffling, dropping every shred of dignity you could have had you remained rooted to your native shoots, growing deeper roots with bee leaves of a bigger, stronger tree. Instead, it's time to throw your used, dried up ass out. Sound familiar? Too many trees laying in the gutters next to garbage cans. Too many dying in the streets. Do you understand? The light your master holds and the light we breathe carry two separate frequencies. Guess which one is not about the living tree? Nerve dendrites kinda look like trees, send and receives light electrochemically, and you wonder why your last nerve is worked every Christmas? It's straight up voodoo. Euro-patriarch hoodoo, the mythological fat dude dressed in a red, black, and white suit, fronting for a lay-bah. The African trickster issue. I thought you knew. This is why Santa accepts credit for gifts you and forgives you give and giving you, wrapped in presents under a tree, cut from its roots. His clause is a condition that claws your mind, boo, claws your mind. December 25th is not about his idol son's birth. It's about solar energy, S-U-N, rebirth. It's about the shortest day meeting the longest night, steadily increasing daylight, the annual retelling of the winter solstice, the birth of the sun, true light of the world. Do you hear me? Are you listening? Don't bring no damn tree in this house. Don't bring no damn Christmas tree in this house, because I don't know which is worse, a fake tree or one cut from its roots. I'm serious. Don't replicate, duplicate, or imitate none of that in this house. Or am I tripping?